Hello YouTube family, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharita and welcome. And in today's video, we are talking all things confidence, all right? So these fragrances, something about when I put them on, I feel very feminine, but very empowered. It really does add to the whole vibe of everything, my energy. If anything else, I'm going to feel so confident when I wear these because I know I smell good. I know I look my best. And these are exactly when you want to put those on, when you're looking your best, because this is just going to be the cherry on the cake, all right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. This first fragrance is from the house of Gucci, and this is Vanilla Fenzi. This was a really pricey blind buy, but I have zero regrets because it has to be one of the most exquisite resinous vanillas in my collection. So this fragrance features a scent profile that gives you this interplay between a buttery iris, balmy resins, and a really prominent and luxurious vanilla. It smells like opulence in a bottle, and it really does feature a prominent myrrh note. And that is a resin I always struggle with because even though I think it smells amazing, it can make me a little sick to my stomach at times. I did not get that from this, and I was so happy because that is why I was kind of on the fence about even trying this fragrance for so long. But again, a blind buy that really did work out well for me. So this opens with top notes of black pepper, carrot seeds, and cardamom, middle notes of myrrh, cyan benzoin, and iris butter, and you have base notes of bourbon vanilla. This to me, I would put in the same class of fragrances, even though they don't smell alike. It's like a grand soir. So I really do put this in the category of formal wear. I can't see myself just spritzing this on to, you know, run to the mall and pick up a couple things. I gotta be going somewhere. Even though you can definitely pull out your formal fragrances every day, just whenever you're in the mood for them. If I had to assign it a time and place, this is date night. This is, you know, we're out for the evening, and you know, like I said, it's giving black tie. It is so exquisite, and if you happen to pass by this little display in the mall, you've never tried it, you're a vanilla lover, you're looking for something, you know, just really elevated for your collection and unique to your collection, then Vanilla Fenzi from Gucci is absolutely one you have got to check out. Again, Vanilla Fenzi from Gucci. So this next fragrance is one that has been in my collection for a long time. This is the perfect time of year to really bring it out, even though this can be worn all year, all right? This is a rose and patchouli, and yes, patchouli. You all know I have a really sort of history with that note, but baby, when I tell you they got it right in ATTRAPE Rêves Louis Vuitton. My only Louis Vuitton in my collection now, but this patchouli does not wear dirty. This wears almost like luminous, sparkling. It adds a texture to the fragrance, and it really does wear quite sweet, rose, peony, effervescent, and this is just bold femininity. That's what it is. There is a softness to it, but there's also a very self-assured, just elevated vibe to this scent. I think this is a standout from just their regular line of fragrances that they have, and I still to this day just really do enjoy this scent. So this is for someone who really does like a classy designer fragrance. You're going to pay niche prices for sure. It's very pricey when you're talking about designers, but I just think that this scent profile just gets it right. You know, it like I said, it doesn't wear like a dirty patchouli. It's very bright, it's fun, but she still takes herself seriously. Okay, so again, this one is from the house of Louis Vuitton, and this is ATTRAPE Rêves. This next one is from the house of Amouage, and no, it is not guidance. You better believe I wanted to feature guidance in this video, but today we're talking about Existence. It's a beast mode, very unique aldehyde rose fragrance that really does have frankincense, really beautiful resin as the cornerstone of this fragrance. So I do think you have to like each of those those facets that I mentioned. You've got to love a good, you know, aldehyde because it's prominent in here. You've got to love frankincense because it is dominant. The rose, it's there, but it's not dominant. But just know that aldehydes, frankincense, those are the main two things you need to be concerned about. The rose, it plays second fiddle to these other things. But I just think that this is masterfully composed. Okay, you are going to smell like money when you put this on. This is for the girl who wants to smell fresh and clean, but in a very different way. This is not going to be your traditional clean scent, your traditional fresh scent, but something about it just wears so beautiful and clean. And like, how are we doing clean and resinous? I don't know how that works, but the man QB, Quentin Beige, he figured it out. And I just think this is an exquisite release for the House of Amouage, a wonderful way to wrap up this particular, you know, line of fragrances. And I'm here for it. If you have never tried it, get your nose on it. Not a safe blind buy, not at all. But I just think this is a beautiful scent, and absolutely you're going to feel confident when you put it on. Absolutely. So this one opens with Lily of the Valley, rose, and aldehyde. You have middle notes of labdanum, mystical, and frankincense, and you have base notes of benzoin, ambergris, and white musk. The white musk, the ambergris, the Lily of the Valley, which wears a little powdery, maybe a little green here, and those aldehydes really do give you clean vibes, all right? And I just really do love the way this is executed, all right? So this one again is Existence, and this is from the House of Amouage. And I think for you to even put on anything from Amouage, you have to be confident in your fragrance wearing, but this really does make me feel that much more confident in whatever my look is for that day. Now, when I made this list, I didn't know that I was going to have all powerhouses, but that is what we're looking like so far on this list, you guys. So I cannot do a list about confidence without featuring my favorite THAMEEN fragrance, Blue Hearts. This just wears very unique. It is an exquisite fragrance, OMG. If you love coconut, saffron, vanilla orchid, that's exactly what you're getting here. But I still to this day have not smelled anything comparable. And this will always be in my collection more than likely. It's just really special and it's intoxicating. It is a beautiful, I would say, evening wear summer vibe scent because you are getting a lot of coconut. Coconut done in a very unique way. It doesn't wear like any coconut I've ever experienced before. There is something like a dry coconut going on in this fragrance. I always describe it that way. That's just how I perceive it. The saffron is so heady. It is so intoxicating. That is why it's intoxicating. It's because of the saffron. You have this really powdery, musky vibe from this vanilla orchid that just wraps you up in this coziness. And it is very versatile, but something about this just screams summer date night. And so I think this is the perfect time to wear it. It really does sing in the fall and winter. Make no mistake, okay? But love it. And when I put this on, anything with a saffron, we're automatically in confident. You are going to smell so bold and so luxurious in anything that has a prominent saffron. But I just love the way it comes across in this fragrance. If you are a true saffron lover, you have got to try it. Get you a sample from Scent Split because this is without a doubt a risky blind buy. Do not blind buy this fragrance. I blind bought it, but do as I say, not as I do, because I can be a bad example, all right? And THAMEEN is pricey. It's a niche brand, and you don't want to spend this type of coin on a unique scent, and you don't know how it's gonna go, okay? So, oh my God, sweet seduction, 100%. And men love this on me. I'm always getting a massive amount of compliments whenever I wear this out. And if you are looking to smell confident, I cannot recommend one better. Again, this one is Blue Heart, and this is from the House of THAMEEN. Speaking of unique, we have another one. This is from Memoirs of a Perfume Collector, and this is Tales from Zanzibar. Something about wearing a unique fragrance that you know you put this on, no one is going to smell like you when you step out, if they layer their fragrance or not. No one is going to smell like you with fragrances on this list, trust and believe me. So this is a really unique scent. It features a guava note that is so prominent. Okay, it is unisex, but I don't think it leans one way or the other. I really do think this is giving a true unisex vibe, but there are some notes in here that may be questionable for you. Okay, so it's got a mint note, and the mint and lime part of this in the opening especially is very prominent. There is a touch of green to this fragrance, because not only do you have that mint, you also have a cassis. And if you're not familiar with that note, it is literally like the green leaf part of black currant. So in addition to that, you also have some moss. So it's quite mossy from the oak moss that's featured in the base. There's a touch of transparent oud mentioned in here, but I don't get that. You are going to get a woody facet from the scent, and that's of course going to be coming from that transparent oud that they mentioned. But this is just so wonderful for this time of year. It has amazing performance. Okay, I got a compliment off of this 11 hours into my shift. We were almost about to it's almost quitting time. We got a couple hours before the shift ends when I used to be a police officer, and this lady approached me. She stepped outside to talk to me, and the first thing she said was, "Oh, you smell good." Like, she gave me the screw face and everything. I was like, thank you. And it was so hot on this particular day, and baby, the way this scent was radiating off of my skin and the black polyester of it all, she could smell me many hours later. All right, so this one opens with pink pepper, blood mandarin, mint, and lime. You have middle notes of guava, cassis, and coconut. You have base notes of candied fruit, musk, ambergris, moss, and oud. The candy notes really do come in and give you just this playful quality about it, to where again it's giving you truly unisex because of that sweetness. This could have gone a little masculine, but I think with the coconut, the addition of the candied fruits, it's giving unisex. Okay, it is giving self-assured. We have somewhere really important to be, but for summer. Okay, and again, this is a phenomenal scent, worth the price point to me, paid for price. It was a blind buy, but I love it. Again, this one is Tales from Zanzibar from Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. So next up is a perfume that was sent to me from Mikalev. I don't think this is a new release, but this is definitely new to me, and this, I'm trying to still finalize my thoughts on this. It is really good. Okay, this is without a doubt for the confident woman, and this is just going to add to sensuality, sexy vibes, confidence when you put on Ananda Royal Mango. Now, the issue that I may have with this fragrance, I don't know, because I need to give this like a full-on wear test. I did enjoy it on my arm. I sprayed my arm down in this the other day, and it was one of these. You just couldn't stop smelling it as it developed and changed on the skin. It's just beautiful from top to bottom. But I want to see if this patchouli is going to be too much for me, especially since it's starting to get hot. What I may do, spray myself down tomorrow. I have a work from home day, and I'll go from my walk. We're gonna see how it feels when we get out there into the real world and spray this perfume on. But if you like patchouli, if you're looking for, you know, a phenomenal mango centric fragrance that is a little spicy, she's sexy again, okay, then I think you would absolutely enjoy this fragrance. There are a lot of Ananda flankers. I had no idea until recently. So this is the Royal Mango, not the Ananda Royal Mango Nectar. I don't know if there's a difference, but it's a different name, so I'm gonna assume that there is at least some difference in the notes. This one opens with top notes of mango, peach, rose, and saffron. You have middle notes of chocolate, plum, and raspberry, and you have base notes of caramel, musk, patchouli, and vanilla. I really do love the way the peach and mango really do play together, and the plum. So we're talking saffron, we're talking plum, patchouli. That lends to a really bold, sexy quality in a fragrance. I would say this is a little bit beyond sensual. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is definitely a sexy fragrance, and it's so wonderful that we can have something fruity and sexy that is perfect for summer. I do get, I would say, equal parts peach and mango. The chocolate, I don't get much of it on my skin, but on this texture strip, I do see the chocolate peek through just a little bit more on my skin. I get a really beautiful musky vanilla caramel fruity nuance fragrance in the final dry down, but I just think that this is going to be such a stunner for this time of year. Again, like, I'm smelling it, like, it's not making me sick to my stomach. But if you are sensitive to patchouli, do not blind buy this fragrance. I am enjoying it, but again, we have to see full wear, because that is going to be the ultimate test for me, and anything that has a patchouli that I can really pick out. All right, so again, this is Ananda Royal Mango from the House of M. Micallef. And don't forget, you guys, you can always save 10% when you shop in Micallef Direct. Information on how to do that will be in the description box. Last but not least is a beautiful year-round bold black currant fruity sexy, all of the things fragrance. I haven't talked about it in a little bit on my channel, but baby, she is back. Okay, something about Zenobia, I love pulling it out for spring and summer. There are a lot of heavy hitting notes in here, but something about that black currant, the way it really shines in this fragrance, it makes me think fruity vibes, spring, summer, evening wear. That is the category I would assign it to if I had to. Of course, honey, wear what you want when you want, but this EXTRAIT did not come into play. She performed, she lasts. I don't ever see myself getting through this full bottle, and I love Zenobia down, but it's just like, you don't even need that much. You really do not. And what I love about this is when you look at the note breakdown, it has so many questionable, challenging notes that you're going to be afraid to even put your nose on this. I know for me personally, I was, but they end up sending this to me, and it was a love at first sniff, 100%. So Zenobia opens with notes of black currant and orange blossom. You have heart notes of bourbon vanilla, jasmine sandalwood, orchid, Turkish rose, and you have base notes of leather, saffron, amber, atlas cedar, and oud. The base notes of this fragrance will make you think that it is going to be so overpowering, hard to wear, borderline leaning masculine, because I mean, leather, oud, saffron, and atlas cedar. Oh no, baby. When I tell you, the blend is the magic in this fragrance. The blend, you get a lot of black currant. You're going to get a good dose of vanilla. The florals in the mid are what will round this thing out and make it perfect for the feminine fragrance wear. At the same time, they did not overshoot on the oud. Okay, they did not overshoot on that leather, and it is making all of the difference because you're getting just enough of those notes in the base to make it smell sensual. Okay, that's all it's doing. But the main players, when you smell this, child, I mean, the florals, the black currant, you're going to get that more than the base, but the base is there doing its thing very well to make it mysterious. Okay, we don't know nothing about this lady when she walks in, but we want to know everything. We're intrigued. Who is that smelling so amazing? That is what anyone will say when they smell this on you. Okay, get your look together, put this on, go out in the world, and heads will turn. Okay, a lending to the confidence that we already own. All right, you guys, so that is it for me today. Be sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Please drop me a line below and let me know some fragrances that you pull out to feel extra confident, because we're already confident. We don't need anything to make us feel confident, but baby, when you look good and you smell good, you cannot help but to add an extra layer of that. And these fragrances are like confidence in a bottle personified. So that is it for me, you guys. Be sure again that you are subscribed. If you found any value in the content, give the video a big thumbs up. It has been real. I love you all, YouTube, and I will catch you guys on the next one.